In the beginning, there was perfection. The world was a flawless creation, a divine masterpiece. The Garden of Eden, a paradise, was home to the first man and woman, Adam and Eve. But the tranquility of this paradise would soon be disturbed. This is the story of Genesis 3 from the Bible, a tale of innocence, lost, temptation, and the consequences of free will. In the heart of the Garden of Eden grew two unique trees, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. God commanded Adam and Eve to enjoy the fruits of every tree in the garden, except for the tree of knowledge of good and evil. For eating its fruit would result in death. Then came the serpent, the craftiest of all the creatures. It approached Eve, spinning a web of deception. The serpent questioned Eve about God's command, suggesting that eating the fruit would not lead to death. Instead, it would open her eyes and make her like God, knowing both good and evil. Eve, succumbing to the allure of such wisdom, ate the fruit. She also gave some to Adam, who was with her, and he ate it too. At that moment, their eyes opened. They realized their nakedness and sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. When God walked in the garden in the cool of the day, Adam and Eve hid from him. God called out to them and they revealed their disobedience. Adam blamed Eve and Eve blamed the serpent. God, in response to their actions, pronounced curses upon each of them. The serpent would crawl on its belly and be in enmity with the woman's offspring. Eve would experience pain in childbirth and her desire would be for her husband, who would rule over her. Adam, who listened to Eve, would toil the ground for food and ultimately return to it in death. In an act of mercy, God made garments of skins for Adam and Eve and clothed them. However, he also expelled them from the Garden of Eden to prevent them from eating from the tree of life and living forever in their fallen state. Genesis 3 is a profound narrative, reflecting the human condition and the consequences of our actions. It represents the fall of humanity from a state of perfect union with God into a world tainted by sin and suffering. Yet within this narrative, we also find the genesis of hope, redemption, and the promise of a savior. This story, woven into the fabric of our collective consciousness, serves as a reminder of our human frailty and the need for divine grace. It also underscores the significance of personal responsibility and the repercussions of our choices. Remember, the tale of Genesis 3 is not just a story from an ancient text. It's a mirror reflecting our own struggles, our pursuit of knowledge, our vulnerability to temptation, and the promise of redemption. As we navigate our own life's journey, may we learn from Adam and Eve's story, appreciating the beauty of innocence, the cost of wisdom, and the transformative power of grace.